We're moving into the fall and winter months now, which means cooler temps outside and warm comfort food on your dinner table. Hi, I'm Tara the Foodie and I take the mystery out of cooking for you. One of the most delicious comfort foods is a tender, melt-in-your-mouth beef, slow cooked for hours, simmering in beef stock, red wine, herbs and spices, and served with carrots, mushrooms, and potatoes. As of today, my most popular short here on YouTube is Perfectly Braised Beef, and thank you so much for giving it all the love that you have. And if you haven't watched it yet, I will link it up here so that you can take a look. So today I'm going to take that short and show you in more detail the process on how to make a perfectly braised beef every time. You will be so surprised how easy this is to do. And once you know how to braise meat, you will always have in your back pocket a perfect dish to make for any holiday or special occasion. I'm Tara the Foodie, and this is Lady Girl, and you can find her on Instagram, Lady on Film. And she is our little grand dog. So look at the camera. See how pretty she is? Yeah, she's a pretty girl. She's a pretty girl. Is there anything else you want to say? Anything? Do you want to plug your Instagram? No? Okay. The first thing that you want to do is prepare your beef to be seared. And I have here a 3.5 pound chuck roast. You want to get a cut of meat that has a nice amount of fat going through it so that it is nice and juicy. So the first thing that we want to do is cut this roast into manageable pieces. You want to cut it into chunks that we can then place into the pot and sear and then remove from the pot and go on with the process. Let me show you what I mean. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut it into chunks. So while I'm cutting this meat up, if you haven't already subscribed, please do me a solid and click the subscription button down below and the notification bell so that you never miss a video. Your subscription enables me to keep pumping these videos out for you, and it's what I love. And remember, subscribing is free. So subscribing to this channel makes it so that you always know when I come out with a new video with content as delicious as this. And now I'm gonna take these pieces and just cut them right in half, just so you've got like chunks like this. So once you have your meat all cut up, the next thing that you wanna do is season it. The only thing that you need to use is salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Very simple. I'm gonna go ahead and slowly salt this meat. Do you see what I deal with? So we're going to slowly salt this meat. Check out that slow-mo. Damn. So once you have it liberally salted, then you want to go ahead and hit it with some fresh ground pepper. We're dealing with big chunks of meat, and we're only seasoning the outside. So that's why you almost can't oversalt this or over-season it, if that makes sense. We've got the salt, we've got the pepper. Now I'm gonna hit it with some garlic powder. All right, we got the one side seasoned. Now we're gonna season the other side. Flip them over like dominoes. Woo! Can you guys hear the rain outside? It just started pouring.
That's the reason why this is the perfect recipe.
That's right.
You got a couple hours to spare in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Let's braise some meat.
Braise some dang meat. You got a game coming up later in the day? Do this in the morning because it braises for about 2.5 hours. Get that in the oven at 2.5 hours before game time. Jeez, your friends will come over. They'll be like, oh, they'll be proposing to you. I don't know if that's your thing, but that's okay if it is. It's fine. Garlic powder. We'll get that going. And since we have a bunch of seasoning on our board too, and maybe like a side or two without seasoning, at this point, I'm just gonna kind of like, you know, move them around and sop up the rest of the seasoning. All right, so now it's time to sear our meat. This is just to get some nice color on all sides. This is going to create some brown, delicious bits on the bottom of this pot. And then when we add our vegetables and our liquids, It's going to lift up all of that flavor from these seasonings that we put in there, and it's going to create the most delicious liquid for this meat to braise in. The first thing that we want to do is add a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, and then you want to take each piece of meat and place it down into the oil in the hot pot. So you want to keep your heat on high during this process. You want the pot to be as hot as possible because we are quickly searing each side of these hunks of meat until they have a nice brown crust on them. And then we will remove them from the pot. So since I have a couple of minutes to chat with you while the meat is searing over there in the pot, I thought maybe you noticed that I'm wearing one of my aprons. If you haven't yet checked out UpNStitches on Instagram, Nancy creates all of these custom aprons. You can give her an idea of the different things that you like, and she will go and find the perfect fabric and the perfect cut and length that you like for your aprons. Go ahead and see her again at UpNStitches and order your apron today. All right, so it's time to go ahead and remove this meat from the pot. So it's got a nice brown crust on it. And I'm gonna go ahead and just place these pieces of meat into a bowl over here on the side. So now I'm gonna go ahead and turn the heat all the way to low because this pot is screaming hot. And as you can see down here in the pot, we've got some nice dark brown seasonings and the fat and all the different kind of bits that are adhered to the bottom of the pot, and they hold so much flavor and so important for your final dish. But you don't want them to burn, so that's why we're turning the heat down low. And now we're going to go ahead and add our vegetables to start to release their moisture, which will then help to bring these brown bits up from the bottom of the pot and mix in with the vegetables and add so much flavor. So I went ahead and prepped the vegetables ahead of time. I have 1 medium onion chopped, 3 large carrots cut into chunks or bite-sized pieces, and then I took 1 pound of crimini or baby bella mushrooms and cut them into large slices. Now I'm going to go ahead and add these vegetables to that hot pot. So once you have your vegetables in the pot, you stir them up. Then go ahead and turn your heat back up to medium. We'll cook them for about 5 minutes. They'll release some of their moisture, as I was saying, and this will help us to start scraping the bottom of the pan and bringing up all of that flavor. All right, so while the vegetables are cooking in the pot for a few minutes, we can come over here and get our garlic ready. We are going to add an entire bulb of garlic to the pot. And you don't have to go through and take the paper off and individually pop out all of the different cloves. All we're gonna do is cut this bulb in half, throw it right in the pot, and then once the beef is done braising, we'll be easily able to pull out the papers with tongs. And believe me, it's the easiest way to do it. I just wanna show you kind of how I do it. You have to be careful because you are gonna put it on its side and it's a little bit not stable. So be careful. Make sure that you have a very nice sharp knife. And this is the one that I use. It's a Henkel knife. I will tag a couple of things that I think you will love to have in your kitchen here now. This Henkel knife, and also I always use the Pyrex glass measuring cups anytime that I'm measuring liquids. It makes it so easy to have it all ready to go, so that you can put together your recipe with ease. I've got this garlic bulb and I'm gonna hold it on its side, and I'm going to carefully just start to cut down a little bit just so I get that knife in there. Now that I've got the knife in there, I can get my hand the heck out of the way. Hold it like this now, and then cut down the rest of the way. Now I've got the garlic cut in half. I can go ahead and throw this in to the pot. So I'm gonna take a spatula, and this pot gets really hot. I don't know if yours does, so I always have a towel with me. And I'm gonna hang on to the side and just start to stir this up. And as you can see, all those juices that released from the vegetables have allowed me to scrape the bottom of the pan and bring up all of that brown goodness. Now it is time to add our liquids and our spices. So we are going to start with the fun liquid, which is 1 cup of red wine.
Did you taste it?
I did not taste it, but it's boxed Cabernet.
Why don't you just
wine.
taste it?
Maybe take a little sip.
Yeah.
Ooh, I remember those days.
What, the boxed wine days?
Oh, the boxed wine days. Look, if you have not seen this video, you will see my love for boxed wine that I have since given up. Add 1 cup of red wine. Then add 2 cups of beef stock. Now we're going to add 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. Add 1 tablespoon of dried thyme and 2 bay leaves. Then I'm just gonna give this a little stir. Stir in all of that flavor, herbs. I'm going to turn the heat back up to high and grab my meat. You ever do that? No? Okay. This is where you want to go ahead and return this meat back to the pot. You see this here, these wonderful juices. Good Lord, don't get rid of those. Pour them into the pot. Make sure that every piece of meat is nestled down into that liquid. We are going to bring this liquid to a bubble. As soon as it starts to boil, we're going to turn the heat off, put the lid on, and put it into the oven. So as you can see, our liquid is now boiling. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the heat off and put the lid on the pot. And I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. Now you want to go ahead and keep that pot in the oven for 2.5 hours and let it braise away in that wonderful liquid.
I would say, and while you're waiting, why don't you check out my channel?
Oh yeah.
Or my website.
Well, for them, it will be 1 second.
No.
But for us, it's a couple of hours, so who knows what we'll get into.
Get into these things. Yeah.
All right, so it's been 2.5 hours, and it's time to take a look at our braised beef. I've taken it out of the oven. Let's lift the lid. Ooh, we've got some juices down there. So it's definitely nice and tender, just falling apart. Now, all that's left to do is plate this and take a taste. And this is my perfectly braised beef. Well, it is now my favorite time of every episode, time to taste. I am really impressed with how this braised beef comes out every single time that I make it. Make yourself some mashed potatoes and pour it over top. And if you need to know how to make really good mashed potatoes, I have a video here for you that you can take a look at. Should I try it? Yeah. Because you want to try it after me.
I do.
Yeah. 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 Well, that looks like a perfect bite to me. You barely have to chew. Really. It is so buttery and tender. You've got that wine and that beef broth with all of those seasonings, the thyme, salt and pepper, the garlic powder. So, so good, so worth the time. It really doesn't take long to put this together. It's more just waiting for it to come out of the oven, which, you know, multitask, get things done, clean up, and then have your guests come over, and you've got something fantastic to serve them. I'm Tara the Foodie, taking the mystery out of cooking for you, and I will see you next time.